Okay, so VS Code hint, tip, and trick of the week. This is actually like a combination one, and it sounds like it's pretty new to your scope, but I'll
It's
let you talk about it.
a 1-2. Yeah, I literally heard about this like this morning on Slack. People were talking about it, and I was like, "What is this? I've never heard of it." And they're like, "Yeah, it's like kind of like brand new." So, Software Cobbler, aka David Rogers, is that
David
what I said?
Rogers,
Yeah.
yep.
Um, he's made a bunch of kind of cool stuff, and he has a project that he's been using, or working on called Lucee Debug, which is basically a step debugger, from my understanding, for Lucee. I haven't even had a chance to play with it. We were talking about it. Somebody pinged me um, in uh, in Slack asking
I think it
about.
was Jamie Jackson that pinged you, right?
I actually think it was Zach Spitzer who pinged me, but Jamie
Oh,
was part of the conversation and said that he's been using it a ton. He just showed it to his whole team, and they've already got everybody set up with it. But basically, it has two parts, from my understanding, reading through the docs this morning. There's a Java agent that you add with a JVM arg, kind of like you add like Fusion Reactor as a
mhm.
JVM arg. And we were talking about how it'd be pretty easy to build a command box module to do that. And then there's a VS Code extension then that you install that connects to it, and basically, can start up a debugger to be able to kind of step debug your code. It's Lucee specific as far as I know, but sounds like a pretty cool project. I know that there's never really been um, a lot of options when it comes to step debugging in ColdFusion. There has been the Fusion debug library, which was kind of a general purpose debugger that the Fusion Reactor guys worked on, but that library's kind of been uh, left alone. And then there's the production debugger, or whatever they call it, that's now built into some of the versions of Fusion Reactor, but that is a web-based debugger where you have to, go to their web-based UI. It's not like a general purpose debugger you can use in VS Code. So this claims to be just more of a general purpose debugger you're using right there in VS Code. Doesn't require any special web-based access. So um,
Yeah, it's very
it sounds like
cool.
it's pretty cool. From what I've heard, it does not work alongside Fusion Reactor.
Probably
They
the Java agent can, if you only have one, or do you just set them up
well,
differently?
Jamie linked to a message in Slack where David Rogers was explaining um his first take on why it didn't work, and there's some debugging things inside the JVM that I guess only one library can use at a time. And
Oh,
so when they both try to use it, the last one to try fails. So anyway, that's just something to keep in mind. Looks like you'd have to probably turn off Fusion Reactor to use it. But if you're not using Fusion Reactor, and you wouldn't really care, either way, it seems like a pretty darn cool community project for some people to help get behind. Um, because that's a pretty sweet feature that, to be honest, the Lucee core team would probably never have the time to work on. So
yeah. No, I mean, it's really cool. Like I said, I've talked to David before about a few different things, and he's doing some really cool stuff. Trying to build some extra tools around ColdFusion. It's hard because ColdFusion's so dynamic. A lot of things make it difficult, but he's got some really cool ideas, and yeah, so really cool to see it, and hopefully some more people can maybe sort of pitch in and help a little bit and try and get it to a point where maybe it has a ForgeBox extension, like a module to install to make it easy to run and set up. And I think a lot more people would give it a whirl in. So, but if you want to have a look at it, the links are there in the show notes. And yeah, so check it out, and good stuff. That was our VS Code hint, tip, and trick of the week. Brought to you by Modernize or Die Podcast, CFML News Edition, proudly sponsored by Order Solutions. You can see the new episodes every week on cfmlnews.modernizeordie.io or on the Order Solutions